Welcome to Forever Health, your go-to place for simple tips, smart habits, and natural ways to live stronger, healthier, and longer.
When we talk about men's health after the age of 50, one topic comes up again and again in hushed voices: testosterone. For some, it's seen as a direct measure of masculinity, a symbol of youth and vigor. For others, its decline is a feared sign of aging, a natural but unwelcome part of getting older. And for the vast majority, there's just confusion, an endless stream of conflicting advice circulating online, in gyms, and through word of mouth. One of the most common myths I encounter is the belief that testosterone levels are entirely out of your control, a simple byproduct of age that cannot be influenced. It's often presented as an inevitable decline you just have to accept. Another pervasive myth is that you need expensive, often questionable supplements or extreme restrictive diets to support your hormones. These narratives can leave men feeling disempowered, believing they have no agency over their own well-being. The truth, however, is far more nuanced and thankfully much more empowering. Your daily food choices, even something as simple and accessible as the nuts you choose to snack on, can profoundly influence your testosterone levels, your energy, and even your long-term prostate health. This isn't about magic bullets or extreme radical transformations. It's about understanding the subtle yet significant power of nutrition. Why does this matter so much? By the time men reach their 50s, studies show that nearly 1 in 2 will experience some symptoms of low testosterone. These can manifest as fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix, reduced muscle strength and mass, a noticeable drop in libido, changes in mood, sometimes leading to irritability or a lack of motivation, and even difficulties with erections. These aren't minor inconveniences. They can significantly impact quality of life, relationships, and overall well-being. According to the National Institutes of Health, testosterone levels naturally decline about 1% each year after the age of 30. This is a normal physiological process. However, that decline is not uniform for everyone. Lifestyle choices, the quality of your diet, and your overall metabolic health can either accelerate that process, leading to premature or more severe symptoms, or they can significantly slow it down, helping you maintain vitality well into your later years. This is where the power of daily choices, like the nuts you eat, truly comes into play. Now, you might be surprised to hear that nuts, yes, the humble handful of almonds or walnuts you might snack on, are not just a source of healthy fats and convenient protein. They contain a complex array of bioactive compounds that can support testosterone production or, in some cases, interfere with it. And this is precisely where misinformation often creates confusion. Some people will tell you that all nuts are universally good for men's health, a blanket statement that simply isn't accurate. In fact, research shows that while certain nuts are indeed rich in nutrients that fuel testosterone synthesis and promote hormonal balance, others are high in compounds that may reduce bioavailable testosterone or even raise estrogenic activity in the body. It's not about demonizing any food, but about understanding the specifics and making informed choices based on scientific evidence. So, in this Forever Health session, I want to walk you through the science in a clear, practical, and easy to understand way. We will look at 5 specific nuts that are consistently shown by research to benefit testosterone levels and overall vitality in men over 50. And, crucially, we will also discuss 2 commonly consumed nuts that may actually work against you if eaten in excess. My goal is not to scare you away from foods you enjoy or to prescribe a rigid diet, but to give you clarity, the kind of clarity men deserve when they ask, what should I really be eating to support my hormones as I age? By the end of our time together, you will not only know which nuts to prioritize, but also why they work, how to integrate them into your daily routine, and what the latest clinical research says. More importantly, you will understand that your hormones are not a mysterious force beyond your control, and you are certainly not powerless against the natural process of aging. Think of this as a practical roadmap to protecting your vitality, energy, and hormonal balance with something as simple and natural as the foods on your plate. Let's dive in. Almonds, the supportive team player. Almonds are one of the most popular nuts worldwide. They're ubiquitous, often marketed as a universal health food, and for good reason. They are high in vitamin E, magnesium, and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. But when it comes to testosterone, almonds have an interesting and somewhat misunderstood story. Here's what the research shows. Testosterone in your body is influenced not only by how much your testes produce, but also by how much is free and active versus bound and inactive. Think of it like this. Your body produces a certain amount of currency, testosterone, but only a portion of it is readily available for spending, free testosterone. Certain compounds in foods can subtly shift this delicate balance. Almonds, for example, are rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids, PFAs. While these fats are excellent for cardiovascular health, promoting healthy cholesterol levels and reducing inflammation, in very high amounts, they may alter the ratio of free to bound testosterone. A study published in the Journal of Steroid Biochemistry found that diets very high in polyunsaturated fats were associated with lower circulating testosterone levels compared to diets higher in monounsaturated or saturated fats. This isn't to say PFAs are bad, rather, balance is key. But that doesn't mean almonds are bad for men. Quite the opposite. Almonds provide a significant amount of magnesium, and magnesium has been shown in a study published in Biological Trace Element Research to directly support testosterone levels, especially in men who engage in regular physical activity. Think of magnesium like the spark plug in your hormonal engine. Without enough of it, the complex machinery of testosterone synthesis simply cannot run smoothly and efficiently. Furthermore, almonds are potent antioxidants. They help reduce oxidative stress throughout the body, which indirectly helps protect the Leydig cells in the testes, the very cells responsible for producing testosterone. Oxidative stress is like rust in a machine. It causes damage over time. Almonds help to buffer against this damage. So, how should we make sense of this seemingly conflicting information? Imagine testosterone production as a sophisticated factory. Almonds supply the factory with crucial components like magnesium and powerful antioxidants, which keep the machines running efficiently and protect them from wear and tear. But if you flood the factory with too many polyunsaturated fats, some of the internal processes might slow down slightly. That's why balance and variety truly matter. For most men, a moderate handful of almonds, about 20 to 25 nuts per day, is generally beneficial. This amount provides the magnesium and antioxidants without overwhelming the system with an excess of PFAs that could potentially impact testosterone ratios. However, relying on almonds as your only nut source, especially in very large amounts, may not be the optimal strategy for directly supporting testosterone. In the Forever Health philosophy, we often advise patients to enjoy almonds as part of a varied nut intake. Pairing them with other beneficial nuts like walnuts or Brazil nuts helps to balance the overall fatty acid profile and enhances the combined hormonal benefits. It's not about one food being a magical cure or a dangerous toxin. It's about understanding synergy and moderation. Here's your practical takeaway for Forever Health. Almonds are excellent for cardiovascular health and provide essential nutrients that indirectly support testosterone. Use them as a consistent part of your daily diet, but don't depend on them alone. Instead, think of almonds as a supportive team player, contributing vital elements rather than the singular star striker. Nuts, the maintenance crew. Walnuts are often called the brain nut because their unique shape strikingly resembles the human brain. And indeed, their benefits do extend significantly to mental health. But for men over 50, walnuts can be an even more powerful ally, supporting testosterone balance, offering robust cardiovascular protection, and effectively controlling inflammation, all critical components of healthy aging. Let's start with their nutrient profile. Walnuts are the richest nut source of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linoleic acid, ALA. Why is this particular fatty acid so important? Inflammation is one of the silent, insidious enemies of healthy testosterone levels. When the body is in a state of chronic inflammation, whether stemming from obesity, insulin resistance, chronic stress, or other illnesses, the testes produce less testosterone. Furthermore, even the testosterone that is produced often becomes less effective due to the inflammatory environment. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows a strong association between chronic, low-grade inflammation and hypogonadism, or low testosterone, in aging men. Walnuts, with their abundant omega-3 content, act as a powerful anti-inflammatory agent, helping to calm this destructive, inflammatory storm in the body. But that's not all. Walnuts also significantly improve endothelial function, which refers to the health of the lining of your blood vessels. Better endothelial function translates to better, more efficient blood flow throughout the entire body. Crucially, this includes optimal delivery of nutrients and hormones to the testes, where testosterone is made, and to the penis, essential for erectile function. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that incorporating walnuts into the diet improved endothelial health within just a few weeks. If you think about testosterone production as a factory, then good blood flow is the sophisticated shipping and supply chain. Without an efficient supply chain, even if the factory is producing goods, those goods can't effectively reach their destination or be utilized by the body. Now, some men worry that walnuts being calorie-dense may lead to unwanted weight gain. However, multiple studies, including one published in Obesity Reviews, have consistently shown that people who eat nuts regularly actually tend to have better weight control and a lower risk of obesity. This is because nuts like walnuts are high in fiber and protein, which contribute significantly to satiety, meaning they help you feel fuller for longer, reducing the likelihood of overeating. And since excess body fat, especially around the abdomen, is one of the biggest risk factors for low testosterone, maintaining a healthy weight through satisfying foods like walnuts is yet another powerful way they support hormone balance. So how do you incorporate these amazing nuts into your forever health routine? A simple handful of walnuts per day, approximately 7 to 10 halves, can be enough to provide these profound benefits. Some men like to add them to their morning oatmeal or yogurt, sprinkle them over a salad, or simply snack on them raw as a midday pick-me-up. The key, as with most dietary interventions, is consistency, not excessive quantity. You don't need a bowl full. You need a steady, moderate supply. Here's the real-life takeaway for Forever Health. Walnuts are instrumental in lowering inflammation, improving circulation, and indirectly sustaining healthy testosterone levels. Think of them as the dedicated maintenance crew for your hormonal and vascular systems, diligently keeping everything running smoothly and efficiently behind the scenes. If this is helping clarify things for you, give us a thumbs up and keep learning. And if walnuts are already a part of your diet, let us know in the comments how you enjoy them best. Brazil nuts, nature's potent selenium supplement. Brazil nuts are often overlooked, perhaps because they're less common in many households than almonds or peanuts. But when it comes to supporting testosterone, they are arguably one of the most powerful and precise foods you can include in your diet. The reason lies in a single critical nutrient: selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral, meaning your body only needs a very small amount, but its role in male reproductive health is enormous. Selenium is required for the production of glutathione peroxidase, a key antioxidant enzyme that protects the testes from oxidative damage. More importantly, selenium is directly involved in testosterone synthesis and sperm production. Research published in the Journal of Urology has shown that men with higher selenium intake often exhibit better sperm quality, higher testosterone levels, and improved fertility outcomes. This is a direct and measurable impact. Now, here's where Brazil nuts truly stand out. Just one Brazil nut can contain as much as 90 to 100 micrograms of selenium. To put that in perspective, the recommended daily intake for adults is about 55 micrograms. That means a single Brazil nut can give you nearly double your daily requirement. In fact, eating just 2 Brazil nuts per day has been shown in studies to raise selenium levels significantly and improve overall antioxidant capacity in the body. However, and this is crucial for forever health practices, more is not always better. While selenium is vital, excess selenium can be toxic. The upper safe limit for daily intake is generally considered to be about 400 micrograms. This means you absolutely should not eat handfuls of Brazil nuts daily. Instead, think of Brazil nuts as a potent natural supplement that nature conveniently wrapped in a nutshell. 2 to 3 nuts per day is enough for most men to reap the benefits without any risk of toxicity. Here's an analogy we often share at Forever Health. Think of selenium like the oil in a high-performance engine. You don't need gallons of it. You just need enough to keep the system running smoothly and efficiently. Too little, and the engine breaks down or runs poorly. Too much, and you flood it, causing different kinds of problems. Brazil nuts, consumed in careful moderation, ensure the testosterone engine remains perfectly well lubricated. Beyond their direct impact on testosterone, selenium also plays a vital role in supporting thyroid health. And since the thyroid and testosterone systems are closely connected, a well-functioning thyroid contributes to overall metabolic health. Men with healthy thyroid function often experience better energy levels, improved mood, and enhanced overall vitality. A study from the International Journal of Endocrinology highlighted that correcting selenium deficiency improved thyroid hormone metabolism and indirectly supported overall metabolic health. So the practical tip for Forever Health is simple. Aim for 2 Brazil nuts per day, not more. You can add them to a mixed nut snack, chop them into your morning yogurt, or simply enjoy them whole. This small, consistent daily habit can provide one of the most concentrated and natural boosts to testosterone support that you will find in any food. Think of Brazil nuts as natural, safe, and inexpensive alternatives to questionable supplements. With them, you are truly letting food be your medicine, delivered in the most precise dose nature can offer.
Pistachios, fuel and flow. Pistachios are often thought of as just a delicious, fun-to-eat snack, perhaps something to enjoy at a party. But in the last decade, they have been studied closely for their specific effects on men's health, and the scientific findings are genuinely impressive. For men over 50, pistachios offer a multifaceted benefit. They may support testosterone, significantly improve erectile function, and enhance overall cardiovascular health, all of which are deeply interconnected aspects of male vitality. Let's begin with the clinical evidence. A particularly interesting study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research followed men with erectile dysfunction who consumed pistachios daily for just 3 weeks. The results were remarkable. Participants showed significant improvements in erectile function scores, favorable changes in their cholesterol profiles, and even improved measurements of blood flow. While this was a relatively small trial, it provided compelling insight into how pistachios may directly benefit sexual health. Why would this happen? Pistachios are notably rich in arginine, an amino acid that is a crucial precursor to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a powerful signaling molecule in the body that relaxes blood vessels, allowing them to widen and deliver blood more effectively. You can think of nitric oxide as the relax button for your entire circulatory system. Without adequate nitric oxide production, blood flow to various organs, including the penis and the testes, can become restricted, leading to impaired function. By supporting nitric oxide production, pistachios help improve both erectile function and the critical delivery of nutrients and hormones to the organs that produce testosterone. Pistachios also contain a potent array of antioxidants, such as lutein and various polyphenols, which actively reduce oxidative stress. As we discussed earlier, oxidative damage to Leydig cells in the testes is a major contributor to age-related testosterone decline. Therefore, protecting these vital cells is absolutely critical for maintaining hormonal health. A paper in the Asian Journal of Andrology highlighted that antioxidant-rich diets are strongly associated with better testosterone preservation as men age. Pistachios fit directly and perfectly into that category. Another interesting and highly beneficial effect of pistachios is their impact on cholesterol levels. High LDL, bad cholesterol, and metabolic syndrome are strongly linked with lower testosterone levels. When eaten regularly, pistachios have been shown in multiple studies, including one from Nutrition, Metabolism, and Cardiovascular Diseases, to effectively lower LDL cholesterol and improve HDL, or good cholesterol. Better cholesterol balance means healthier cell membranes throughout the body. And since testosterone is synthesized directly from cholesterol, this connection is vitally important for optimal hormone production. So, how much should you eat to harness these benefits for your forever health? Around 1 to 2 handfuls, or approximately 30 to 40 grams per day, seems to be the sweet spot according to research. Opt for unsalted, shelled pistachios whenever possible, as excess sodium can raise blood pressure, which would counteract the very vascular benefits we're aiming for. Here's the real-life takeaway for forever health. Pistachios are not just a colorful, satisfying snack. They are a natural booster of circulation, a powerful protector of testosterone-producing cells, and a significant supporter of overall cardiovascular health. Think of them as the nuts that bring both fuel and flow, providing the energy for testosterone combined with the optimal circulation needed to utilize it effectively throughout the body. If this resonates with you, comment below and share whether pistachios are already a part of your daily routine. And if you're learning something new from Forever Health, consider subscribing so you never miss evidence-based health strategies like this. Hazelnuts, the protective shield. Hazelnuts may not always get as much attention as their more popular counterparts like almonds or walnuts, but they offer truly unique and significant benefits for men's hormonal health, particularly through their rich supply of vitamin E and beneficial monounsaturated fats. For men over 50, these specific nutrients are especially important because they play a crucial role in protecting testosterone-producing cells from damage and helping to stabilize overall hormone balance. Let's look at vitamin E first. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, which means it works primarily within cell membranes to protect them from the damaging effects of oxidative stress. The Leydig cells in the testes, those vital cells directly responsible for testosterone synthesis, are particularly vulnerable to oxidative injury as men age. This damage can directly impair their ability to produce sufficient testosterone. A study published in the Journal of Reproductive Biology and Endocrinology showed that supplementation with vitamin E improved testosterone production by actively reducing oxidative stress and preserving Leydig cell function. Hazelnuts, being one of the best natural sources of vitamin E, act almost like a protective shield or a robust firewall for these hormone-producing factories. Beyond vitamin E, hazelnuts also contain a substantial amount of healthy monounsaturated fats, similar to those found in high-quality olive oil. Research from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition has consistently demonstrated that diets higher in monounsaturated fats are linked to better testosterone levels compared to diets rich in polyunsaturated fats, which, as we discussed with almonds, can be beneficial but need to be balanced. This makes hazelnuts an excellent complement to nuts like walnuts, which are high in omega-3 polyunsaturated fats.
By combining both, you create a more balanced fat intake profile that helps to maximize overall hormonal benefits. Beyond their direct impact on testosterone, hazelnuts also significantly support cardiovascular health. They contribute to lowering LDL, bad cholesterol, and improving the elasticity of blood vessels. Since testosterone and vascular health are deeply intertwined, low testosterone is often associated with the increased risk of heart disease, and poor vascular health can directly impair erectile function. Hazelnuts act as a crucial bridge between optimal hormone health and robust circulation. Here's a simple way to think about hazelnuts for your forever health. Imagine your testosterone factory is surrounded by protective walls. Over time, oxidative stress, like constant weathering, chips away at those walls, making the factory more fragile and susceptible to damage. The potent vitamin E from hazelnuts act like a repair and reinforcement crew for those walls, helping to mend damage and strengthen them, thereby keeping your hormone production stable and resilient. How much should you eat? Around a small handful per day, approximately 20 nuts, is generally sufficient to gain these benefits. You can easily add them to a homemade trail mix, blend them into your morning smoothie, or simply enjoy them roasted as a satisfying snack. Like all nuts, they are calorie-dense, so moderation is key. But even a modest daily intake has been shown in studies to significantly improve antioxidant status in the body. Here's the practical takeaway for forever health. Hazelnuts are truly the nut for protection. They don't just fuel testosterone production, they actively defend the very cells that make it possible. For men navigating the natural hormonal shifts of their 50s and beyond, hazelnuts are a gentle but powerful ally in maintaining vitality. Nuts to approach with caution: peanuts and flaxseed. So far, we've explored 5 nuts: almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, and hazelnuts that can actively support testosterone production and overall vitality in men. But it is equally, if not more important, to recognize that not all commonly consumed nuts are beneficial in this regard, and some can even work against your hormonal goals if eaten in large amounts. For the sake of your forever health, let's talk about 2 such items: peanuts and flaxseed. Let's begin with peanuts. Technically, peanuts are legumes, not true botanical nuts, but they are consumed in similar ways and often grouped with nuts. Peanuts are high in protein and contain resveratrol, which is indeed a beneficial antioxidant. However, they are also notably rich in omega-6 fatty acids. In small amounts, omega-6 fatty acids are essential for bodily functions, but in excess, especially without enough omega-3 fatty acids to balance them, omega-6s can drive and exacerbate inflammation throughout the body. As we discussed earlier, inflammation is one of the biggest silent silencers of testosterone production. A diet high in omega-6 and comparatively low in omega-3 has been associated with reduced testosterone levels and poorer sperm parameters, according to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Another concern with peanuts, particularly for those consuming them regularly or in large quantities, is the potential presence of aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are naturally occurring toxins produced by certain molds that can grow on peanuts, especially if they are stored improperly or grown in certain climates. Chronic exposure to aflatoxins has been linked to liver stress and may indirectly impair hormone metabolism. While food safety regulations in many countries help to reduce this risk in commercial products, it's another reason why moderation and sourcing quality peanuts matter significantly. Now, let's turn our attention to flaxseed. Flaxseed is often praised for being exceptionally high in fiber and alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a beneficial type of omega-3 fatty acid. However, flaxseed also contains a significant amount of lignans, which are phytoestrogens, plant compounds that can mimic the effects of estrogen in the human body. Several studies, including research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, have shown that high flaxseed intake can reduce both total and free testosterone levels. This occurs by increasing sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG, which binds to testosterone and makes it unavailable for use, and by adding direct estrogen-like effects. While this might be beneficial in certain specific conditions, such as potentially lowering prostate cancer risk, it is generally not ideal for men aiming to maintain optimal testosterone levels and overall hormonal vitality. Here's a way to think about it for forever health. Peanuts, with their high omega-6 content, can increase the background noise of inflammation in the body, making it harder for vital testosterone signals to be effectively heard and utilized. Flaxseed, on the other hand, can act like a dimmer switch, subtly dialing down testosterone activity by mimicking estrogen, thereby shifting the delicate hormonal balance. Does this mean you should never eat peanuts or flaxseed? Not necessarily. A small serving of peanuts here and there, especially if they are unsalted, fresh, and from a reputable source, is generally fine as part of a varied diet. Flaxseed can also be useful in moderation for its impressive fiber content and benefits for digestive health. The issue comes when these foods begin to dominate your nut intake, effectively pushing out the more testosterone-supportive options we've discussed. The practical advice here for forever health is simple. It's all about balance and prioritization. If your primary goal is hormonal vitality and optimizing testosterone levels, keep peanuts and flaxseed as occasional foods, not daily staples. Instead, prioritize walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, and almonds as the foundation of your regular nut intake. That way, you are actively stacking the deck in favor of your testosterone rather than inadvertently working against it. Putting it all together for your forever health. We have covered a lot of ground together today, delving into the fascinating world of nuts and their profound impact on men's health after 50. So let's take a step back and put it all into perspective for your forever health. Testosterone is not just about muscles or libido. It is a fundamental hormone that profoundly influences your energy levels, motivation, cardiovascular health, mood stability, cognitive function, and even how well your body recovers from physical and mental stress. After the age of 50, it is natural for levels to experience a gradual decline. But as we have seen, that decline is absolutely not entirely out of your control. You have agency. 5 specific nuts in particular, almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, and hazelnuts, provide a unique combination of nutrients that either directly fuel testosterone production, protect the crucial cells that make it, or create the optimal internal environment in the body for hormones to work effectively. Think of them as small but incredibly powerful allies you can recruit into your daily nutritional strategy. Almonds contribute vital magnesium and potent antioxidants, acting as a supportive team player. Walnuts actively calm systemic inflammation and improve overall circulation, serving as your body's essential maintenance crew. Brazil nuts deliver a precise, powerful dose of selenium, functioning like nature's own daily supplement. Pistachios enhance nitric oxide production and robust blood flow, bringing crucial fuel and flow to your system. Hazelnuts act as a protective shield, defending your hormone-producing cells with their rich supply of vitamin E. At the same time, we've clarified that not all nuts are equally helpful for testosterone. Peanuts, with their high omega-6 content and potential aflatoxin risk, and flaxseed, with its estrogen-mimicking lignans, may actually blunt testosterone activity if consumed in excess. They are not inherently dangerous in moderation, but they should not form the core of your daily nut intake if your primary goal is hormonal vitality. The science is clear and compelling. Small, consistent, and informed dietary choices accumulate into truly meaningful and positive changes over time. You do not need drastic, unsustainable diets or expensive, often ineffective supplements to make a difference. What you need is clarity, consistency, and good information. Adding a small handful of these testosterone-friendly nuts to your daily diet is one of the simplest, most evidence-based, and natural strategies you can use to support your hormones after 50. Here's the action I encourage you to take starting today for your forever health. Choose one of the 5 supportive nuts we discussed: almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, pistachios, or hazelnuts, and make it a consistent part of your daily routine. It could be 2 Brazil nuts with your breakfast, a handful of walnuts mixed into your salad at lunch, or a few pistachios as a satisfying evening snack. Remember, small, deliberate steps done daily create long-term stability and profound results. You deserve clarity, not fear, when it comes to your health. Experiencing low testosterone, persistent fatigue, or changes in sexual function are common issues, and importantly, they are manageable. You do not have to be afraid of your body or feel powerless against aging. You just need good, evidence-based information and practical, actionable tools. So stay curious, stay informed, and remember, your health is something you can actively shape every single day. If this conversation has given you clarity and a renewed sense of empowerment, please consider subscribing to the Forever Health channel for more grounded, shame-free, and evidence-based health content from someone who genuinely looks at these issues in a real-life practice every day. I'll see you in the next video.